So it turned out, while I was living my life unaware, someone out there had been quietly loving me all along. If it hadn't been for my uncle and mom arranging this marriage, Zain probably would have never shown up in my life. He would have just kept watching from afar. He must have noticed I was frozen in place, staring at the studio full of drawings. Fidgeting nervously with his fingers, he asked, "Maggie, did I scare you?" That unsure look in his eyes. The way he treaded so carefully with his words, it caught me off guard and made my heart ache a little. "No," I said softly. "The drawings, they're beautiful. I love them." When I first agreed to the marriage arrangement, I had zero expectations. It was my uncle and mom who picked him out so carefully, and I thought, well, how bad could it be? But getting a husband who only has eyes for me, that was an unexpected gift. The moment I said I liked the sketches, something in his gaze lit up. His eyes sparkled, deep and intense, and in them, I saw myself, literally. His whole world was reflected in his eyes, and it was me. They say eyes never lie, and his were locked onto me with such unwavering focus that my heart started pounding. Then, like a magician pulling rabbits from a hat, he brought out gift after gift, all beautifully wrapped. "These are your birthday presents," he said. He was making up for every birthday he'd missed over the years, all in one go. There was a luxury keychain designed by him and customized by a master artisan. Attached to it, a brand new car key, a full set of gemstone jewelry in elegant, soft hues, pieces he thought I'd love. Everything was carefully chosen and thoughtfully prepared. And finally, there it was, a diamond ring. Before I could even process what was happening, he dropped to one knee. "Maggie," he said, voice steady but filled with emotion, "will you marry me?" Every single cell in my body screamed yes, 1,000 times over. But I hesitated. Not because I didn't want to say yes. Not because I still love Simon, I didn't. That part of me was done. But a part of my heart had once belonged to him for 5 long years. And suddenly it felt unfair to Zain, this man who loved me so deeply and purely. He must have seen it on my face, read my doubts before I could even say them out loud. With a calm smile, he said, "Who hasn't fallen for the wrong person when they were young? I know you came back to Seattle to close the door on your past, and I believe you already have. I just regret not finding you sooner. You deserve the very best, Maggie." Then his voice dropped, soft and sure. "Will you give me the chance to spend the rest of your life by your side?" His words hit me straight in the chest. "You deserve the very best." That line broke through every wall I'd built. And just like that, I knew I had to give us a shot. For me, for him. The ring slid perfectly onto my finger, as if it had always belonged there. Zain's smile, God, that smile, it made my heart skip all over again. Just then, my uncle reappeared, clapping like a lunatic and grinning so hard I thought his face might split open. "Well, happy now, Maggie. Wasn't that the most romantic thing ever? Honestly, even I want to get married after watching that." I rolled my eyes at him, but I couldn't stop smiling. He knew when to quit while he was ahead and hurried us back to the house for dinner. Mom had been cooking all morning. The table was packed with dishes, every one of them familiar, comforting, home. Zain sat across from me, perfectly poised, speaking gently and somehow even eating like a gentleman. He chatted easily with my mom and uncle, as if they'd known each other forever. There was no awkwardness, no pretense. It was everything I had once dreamed of, bringing the person I love home to meet the people I love most, sharing a meal together, laughing, talking, just being. Simon never once gave me that. But tonight, looking at Zain sitting there, at ease like he belonged, that dream finally came true. After dinner, my uncle jumped up, practically bouncing on his heels. "Time to cut the cake." I raised an eyebrow. Since when are you so into sweets? He'd never had a sweet tooth in his life. What was the rush? Mom leaned in close, whispering near my ear with a smile, "Zain made it himself. He knows how much you love desserts, so he went and learned how to bake just for you." My breath caught in my throat. A man who learned to bake just to make me happy. Yeah, I was in trouble. And for the first time in a long, long time, maybe forever, I realized something. This could be love.